Odilo TV here, back with another stream for you guys. Yeah, you guys, hit that like, subscribe, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this real because y'all know Odilo keeps it real. Salute, salute, salute. Salute to the playback gang. Salute to everybody who comes in the chat. Salute to the old and new subscribers. Appreciate all you guys. Let's get into this one real fast, right? So I heard the comments on Mill City from Kenny Ellis, right? From Coach Kenny, right? And at this point, I agree with Tank Davis, right? I agree with Tank. Kenny needs to be quiet. Kenny needs to stop talking, right? Because he's making Tank Davis look bad, horrible, actually, right? By saying Shakur Stevenson missed the boat. Shakur Stevenson is trying to age him out. He doesn't want to see the fight anymore. It's like, what's going on, bro? So that Lamont Roach fight has took all the confidence out of you guys, right? And this is what happens, you guys. And this is what happens. Coach Kenny, at this point, bro, you need to just be quiet. Stop coming on the internet. Stop going on Mill City. And if you do go on Mill City, right? Stop giving, these weird opinions about what Tank should do, right? Because you're making Tank look horrible, bro. I mean, Tank is already looking bad, right? He took a knee, he ran to his daddy, he did all this stuff, and now you're coming out right after he did all these things, right? And you're saying that you don't want to see the fight anymore, that Shakur has missed the boat, and Shakur trying to age him out. I mean, come on, bro. But this is his team. But this is Tank Davis' team. But everybody get mad at me and channels like mine, right, for holding Tank accountable. But this is the stuff that his team is saying. Right? I'm not going to even go in on Tank like that. I agree with Tank at this point. I mean, Coach Kenny needs to just shut the hell up. Be quiet. Right? If you don't have nothing positive to say about the situation, don't say anything at all about the situation, bro. Man, because you making it, come on, bro. Like, you just pouring gasoline on the fire. You making this man look horrible. Horrible. He's trying to age out Tank. They only like 2-3 years apart. You don't want to see it no more. But you just had but you just said if Tank offered him $6 million, would he take it? Right? That was just last year. But now that Tank, he has went through this situation with Lamont Roach, all of a sudden, right? What a coinky dink. All of a sudden, you coming out and you talking like this, bro. And it's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's not cool. Right? Man, because I'm pretty sure that Tank, he probably didn't tell you to say none of this type of stuff. But this is just how you feeling. And, and we're going to take your word as, as Tank, he has, he has an idea of how you feel. So, bro, man, you need to just be quiet, stay off the internet, bro, and do like Coach Calvin, right? Disappear for a minute. But it seems like that you want the spotlight, Coach Kenny. That's what it seems like to me. You want the spotlight, right? Because you have been doing a lot of interviews lately. A lot of interviews. You've been doing a lot of interviews, right? And your mouth is getting you in trouble. You have to remember you're on camera. You are on camera. People can rewind this stuff. People can look at this stuff over and over and over again, right? But I know, probably like in another 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to be saying something totally different, probably, right? But bro, like you need to just be quiet. I mean, for real. But let's get to the WBC and the Bivol situation, right? Real fast. So the WBC is crooked, right? And they will continue to be crooked, right? Because like, where was this pressure at for somebody to vacate a belt or give up the belt when Canelo Alvarez was champion at 168 and Benavidez was supposed to be his mandatory? And the WBC was supposed to call the mandatory in 2024. What happened? Oh, I get it, right? I understand. You getting that big bag from Canelo, and you're gonna let him do whatever the hell he wants to do, right? Now, let's go to Jamal Charlo. Now, Jamal Charlo had that belt for like 2 years, out the ring, not fighting. Then he even came back and threatened the WBC. Like, come get your belt. I don't care. I'm fighting at 168 now. Now we have the Benavidez situation. And it seems to me that that Mauricio Suleiman, right, he has and we already seen the WBC situation at 154, right? So it seems like that Mauricio Suleiman, he has a certain preference for the PBC. Let's just, let's just put it out there, right? He has a certain preference for the PBC. Right, because it seems like when it comes down to the PBC fighters, they can get away with a lot of things when it comes down to the WBC belt, right? They can get away with a lot of things. Come on, like Fundora got knocked out, came right back and fought for unification. Jamal Charlo holding on to a belt for 2 years just out the ring and don't care about nothing. Earl Spence Jr. taking long 16-month right breaks and nobody saying nothing. So we already know how this is going to play out, right? We already know how this is going to play out. The WBC been corrupt, and they're going to stay corrupt. You can pay Mauricio Suleiman a brown paper bag, and he's going to look the other way, right? He has been doing it for years with Canelo. For years. And that's just a fact. And people, they hate to hear facts. They say, I be hating. They say, it's like, no, I'm just speaking facts. Right? Because all this stuff is documented. Like, you can go and look it up. I shouldn't have to do all the research. And you feel what I'm saying? And if you're a person who wants to see this see this stuff for yourself, you should want to look it up yourself. Right? So nobody can BS you. Man, to tell you one thing when your eyes already seen it. So, man, like the WBC is gonna be on bull. They're gonna stay on bull. And that's just is what it is, man. I'm pretty sure that Al Heyman probably got at the WBC Mauricio Suleiman about the Benavidez thing, right? Because Bivol, I think he's with Matchroom. Yeah, I think Bivol, he's either with Matchroom or Turkey on the Sheik. He's with one of them, but I know he's not with Golden Boy or Top Rank or none of them. Right. So of course they're gonna get the belt out of Matchroom hands. And and now they didn't messed off the trilogy, right, for Undisputed. But at the same time, we got the call, right? Benavidez, an email champion. We have to call David Benavidez an email champion, right? Because a lot of people, they're not going to call him an email champion. They're going to say that, no, he's an email champion, right? Because he could have waited till after the trilogy is over, and then he could have, he could have fought the winner, right? He could have fought the winner. He could have fought for that belt. David Benavidez could have fought for the belt. So we have to hold the same energy, like we hold the same energy. You feel what I'm saying? For every other fighter who has picked up a belt like this. He's an email champion. He is. Right? It is what it is. I know he probably didn't want to pick up the belt well, it seems to me that he wanted to pick up the belt like this, man, look, because he could have always denied it and said, no, I want to fight, right? No, I want to fight for the belt. No, man, like, no, man, but I already know that they're going to try to make it seem like that he didn't want to do this. And nah, bro, you wanted to do this. You wanted the belt, right? Because you want to get up in the mix. I know, I get it, I understand. But don't act like that you didn't want this because you wanted it. Right? Because you could have did just like Jerron Boots Ennis could have did. Right? You could have waited till after the rematch over, then you fight for the belt. But you don't want it that way. You want to get somebody stripped, or you know what I'm saying? This is what you want to do. So don't go around and try to, no, I would have. No. You an email champion. And people got to hold this man accountable. He's an email champion. Right? He's an email champion. I like David Benavidez. Don't get it twisted. I like David Benavidez. But I'm just holding everybody accountable. I'm holding everybody to the same standard. That's it. That's all. Right? If we could call Boots an email champion, we could call him an email champion. Simple. Right? And if we could call other fighters email champions, right? Like Tank is an email champion. Right? Tank an email champion. He got elevated to the belt that he got. Come on, man. They got several champions that you feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it right there, you guys. But I just want to just do this quick little live, man. And also, let me touch on this real fast, man. Look, because because I wanted to just explain myself on this Abdullah Mason. I think Abdullah Mason, he could be a great fighter, right? I think Abdullah Mason could be a great fighter, but he has a bad habit, a very bad habit. And that bad habit is going to get him knocked out. He needs to work on that now, right? Because he's young. He's a very young guy, right? So he can always fix it. But start fixing it now, right? And you got to have like another 2 or 3 more fights before it be perfected, But you have to start fixing it now, bro. Man, because if you keep on dropping that right hand while you throwing punches, or you keep dropping that right hand thinking that you Floyd Mayweather, it's going to get you knocked out, man, because you're not that slick, right? Your defense is not, is not on a Shakur Stevenson level. You have pretty good D, but your defense is not, it's not on that level. Right? Because that dude, because the guy who you was fighting, man, I think he hit you about like 40, 50 sometimes, 60 sometimes, something like that, man. Like he was touching you. No, he was touching you. And that fight should have been way easier. But hey, I don't know. But I'm not hating on Abdullah Mason. He can get better. He's a young guy. He can always get better. But if he doesn't listen to his, his pops or the trainers or whoever in his corner, right? Because they was giving him great advice. Keep up that right hand. Keep up the right hand. Keep up the right hand. And he will keep it up for 1 or 2 punches. And then it'll go where? Right back down. It'll go right back down to his, you feel what I'm saying? Like to his waist. Man, and now he think he Floyd Mayweather. It's like, bro, you're not Floyd. Keep your hands up. Man, now we seen you get dropped by a dude with a shag, bro. Twice. Right? Within, but probably like a minute and a half, you got dropped twice. Right? So that's telling me that your chin is suspect. So the best thing to do to protect your chin is to keep your guards up. Right? Because you got power, you got some skills. But hey, I'm just, I'm just trying to give some advice too. It's probably be, it's constructive criticism. Right? Get it together. Quick. Man, because if you step in the ring with a Shakur or Devin, a Shakur or Keyshawn, a Loma, a Tank Davis, they're gonna beat you. They are. They just gonna beat you. They're just gonna beat you, man. And I'm gonna leave it right there, you guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. This is Odilo TV. Until next time, have a blessed night. Peace.